Oh, if it hasn't been obvious in the past that I have said before that the Punisher is my number one Marvel thing that I'm looking forward to this year, even more than the movie so far. Even though Spider-Man: Homecoming and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was really good, this is the one. Punisher has been the one thing out of everything else. The Punisher. This show has been the one thing I've been looking forward to for so goddamn long. I have been waiting for the end. It's going to come out sometime this year. I mean, we only have 3 more months, right? So pick a month. Seriously, they didn't even reveal which month. They said 2017, and then they can't even say which month. Come on, fucking seriously, throw us a goddamn bone here. Come on, Netflix. I mean, first you said it was November, and then you said it was going to be December. Which is it? Come on, seriously. But anyway, let's talk about the Punisher Netflix trailer. I know there was another trailer that was just kind of the Punisher just smashing into the ground all John Wick style. But I felt like I wanted to talk about this, because there was a lot more here. I really wanted to talk about this more, and goddamn was that trailer just amps you up. It gives you everything you want in a Punisher, what you want in a Punisher Netflix series. And, yeah. Now, the big thing here is that it's not really Punisher going after the mob. There could be stuff, there could be mob elements in here, but it's more like the Punisher going after the government, or the government, rather, going after him. There's still a lot of loose ends that he has to tie up with the killing of his family. And it's a big cover-up that he only scratched the surface of in Season 2 of Daredevil. And, yeah, I really love this trailer. One reason was because of the music choice. As a Metallica fan, kudos. Also, I loved how they I like how they perfectly timed the bullet shots and the reloading with the tempo of the music. That was a really nice touch. I really fucking dug that. So yeah. Anyway, so like I said, I know a lot of people were kind of even I was kind of hoping this would be like this mob story like a lot of the Garth Ennis run. But honestly, this is a smart way to go because again, there were a few little loose ends here and there that needed to be tied up for Daredevil Season 2, and rather than wait around and do it, I'd say, yeah, go ahead and knock that out. We can get the mob stuff. We can get I forget how to pronounce her last name, Ma Garinchi for Season 2, or the Russian, or, I know Billy Russo is going to be in this show, and I'll get to Billy in a moment, but, first off, I want to talk, Now, the big thing is that Punisher going after the government, or rather the government going after the Punisher, is nothing new in the comics. Happened a lot in the Chuck Dixon run, a hell of a lot of times in the Chuck Dixon run, and, of course, there was a few times in the Garth Ennis run where Frank had to take on the government. Namely, was the final volume of Garth Ennis' run called Valley Forge, where Punisher was taking on a squad of was it Navy SEAL? It was like it was a special ops team. I think it was Navy SEALs. But yeah, and there's also a little teaser I saw that very much reminded me of Valley Forge. So when I saw that trailer, I was like, "Oh, we're doing this? Okay." I like that story, even though it's the end of the Garth Ennis run, but still, they've been kind of cherry-picking throughout the Garth Ennis stuff, so I'm really at peace with, them just kind of cherry-picking from wherever the flying fuck, because there's no real, and this is what I've noticed, there's no real, definitive Punisher storyline, although, to be fair, you could count, in terms of storylines, the entire Garth Ennis run as the Punisher storyline, but I mean like story arc in general. Like Punisher doesn't really have a man with a Born Again or a Days of Future Past. He just has all these great stories behind him. There's no memorable storyline that you can pick from. And I feel like that is more in Frank's favor, where people would be like, oh, they gotta do this storyline, or oh, they gotta do this such and such storyline. Where with Frank, you can do whatever the flying fuck you want, and people are still gonna love it, as long as they take a major inspiration from the Garth Ennis run, which, given what we're seeing so far, and what we saw in Daredevil Season 2, I think that's a safe bet. So that's my thing, is that, they're just kind of pick and choosing. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get the mob stuff somewhere in here, but it's going to be a major factor when this show, in later seasons. At least that's what I'm hoping for. We also get to see Microchip in here, which I was like, yeah, that's awesome! Hope you survive! But yeah, this trailer and the little teaser with the Special Ops team, it's really showing that, yeah, this is not a, Daredevil was dark, Jessica Jones was dark, Luke Cage had some dark elements to it, Defenders had its dark elements, but no, Punisher is going to take that darkness. The Punisher is going to take that kind of dark and grittiness and run with it. And I think every one of us are like, go get him, Frank. Anyway, so I want to talk really quick about we saw a quick appearance of what I think was Billy Russo, and it looks like he's walking away from a car explosion. Now, if you guys remember in the comics, Billy Russo is a gangster named who later becomes Jigsaw. He was known as Billy the Russo until Punisher kind of blew his face off, and then he had to get it all stitched back together, and he became Jigsaw. So in here, I don't know if he's going to be part of the mob. It kind of almost feels like they might make him to be like one of those fixers for the government, like something like a special ops unit, a special ops soldier for the government. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I kind of hope they don't. I mean, yeah, Jigsaw is Punisher's arch nemesis, but I kind of hope they just keep him as a gangster. And maybe as a hitman. I mean, even in some continuity, in some backgrounds, they kind of retell it as that he was a hitman. So maybe have that. Maybe that he was a hitman hired by the government. Maybe. In any case, yeah. I also have I'm really hoping they make him actually Jigsaw in the show. Like Punisher just blows his face off, or puts his face in like a blender or some shit. Point I'm trying to say is I want to see his face come off. I want to see his face get fucked up is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, regardless, I'm really hyped for this show. I think this is going to be really great. Jon Bernthal really proved himself in Daredevil Season 2 that he has every right to take on the man, to be the Punisher. Thomas Jane's really good. Ray Stevenson was also good. Dolph Lundgren, but Jon Bernthal has really proven himself to be the Punisher, and I'm pretty sure all of us can agree this is what we've been fucking waiting for ever since we got the announcement that he was going to play Frank Castle. Every one of us were like, yeah, I want a Netflix series now, and we're getting it. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this trailer? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.